I'm pleased to announce that we've developed a water strategy that's comprehensive, that's looking out towards not just today, but our long-term future. And we'll be rolling this out over the course of the next year in various elements. And I just want to emphasize some of the priorities here today and also give an opportunity to have comments from some outstanding people that have been part of this process and support this process. There are 5 key priorities I'd mention to you today. The first one is, one you should expect, is ensuring safe water. I just came from Flint earlier today. We had our interagency coordinating council meeting to talk about dealing with the issues in Flint. We're making progress there, but we need safe water throughout all of Michigan. And we have more work to be done in other Michigan communities and throughout our state to make sure that happens in many respects. In terms of other priorities, one is very important that we've had problems in the past, for example, with algae blooms in western Lake Erie. We have an agreement now to have a 40% reduction in phosphorus in western Lake Erie between Ontario, Ohio, and Michigan. And that's something we're committed to following through with. And in particular, I want to give a shout out to the Michigan agricultural community. It's great to have Farm Bureau here because they've been a key partner in their part of this effort. And Michigan is a leader already compared to some of our surrounding geographies in terms of dealing with phosphorus and showing good agricultural practices. So thank you for your cooperation and partnership in doing that. A topic you saw in the paper today in the Free Press was about the New Zealand mud snail. We need to do more, in the third point, with invasive species. We need to prevent them from coming into the basin, and when we do have these problems, we need to do more to control them. This New Zealand mud snail being in the Au Sable is just another terrible illustration of the challenges we have. And that's where we encourage, particularly our recreational boaters, if you move your boat around or your equipment around, dry it off. Make sure it's clean from all these elements, because in many cases, the people that want to do the right thing could in fact be helping carry these diseases and problems from place to place. So we need to do more on that front. The fourth point is actually working hard to improve our commercial and recreational harbors. If you think about it, what a great way to access the Great Lakes. But we've seen challenges in the past. We had to do emergency dredging a couple years ago in terms of addressing issues with our harbors. We've made improvements. The last point, the fifth one, is our water trail system. We have wonderful water trails. We're doing the Iron Bell Trail with the DNR. That's a wonderful partnership to create literally hundreds of miles of land trails, but we have water trails. And we had a wonderful contest last year where we actually had a vote for the best water trails. And the part I'm most pleased to announce is, if you look at that list, we actually had write-in candidates that were near the top. The first phase of the strategy is really about getting more community engagement, more education, and more cooperation on how we can launch into these programs to make sure they continue for the long term.